If you're trying to lose belly fat, stop doing cardio. This sounds backwards, right? Well, believe it or not.
Casey, trying to get into this stuff. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? And you know what? It is a nice little town square. That's Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I enjoy checking out their snow. It's pretty fun. Okay, everybody. So, good morning, Jonathan and Yugoslav, Dave, Carolyn, RV, everybody that's been chiming in on the chat. If you haven't chimed in yet in the chat, go ahead and do that. Let us know your name and that you're here watching and where you're from. We want to let you be part of the community. Just smash that like button and let us know where you're watching from today. Today, we're going to be talking about an options day trading strategy, which was taught to me by one of my mentors. His name's Hugh, and he's from the Day Trading Spy. He was a guest on my podcast about a year ago or something and taught a really awesome strategy to everybody on the show. And I've been playing with it a little bit and have been messing around with it. And it works really good. And so thought I would share with you guys, because I know some of you guys like options. We're still going to hit the Forex stuff as well. But I thought I would run up some options and give you guys some updates on all the trades. And good morning, Pierre and Herbert from New Orleans. Good morning, Coleman from Colorado. Good morning, everyone. Awesome. So thanks for being here, and let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. So first thing I want to do is just review some of the trades that we were in before. So you guys see that pound New Zealand, I'm actually totally flat right now. I'm totally flat. We had a pound New Zealand trade, and it went right up and nailed the target. So that's an update on pound New Zealand. And right now, it's actually sitting right at support. So this is why I like to take my profit. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Aha, somebody needs to say, Casey, we can't see. Okay. So now you can see. So pound New Zealand hit the target yesterday, right? So congratulations if anyone was in that. Remember, this is all for educational purposes. Good morning, Helke and John and D Hawk from Tennessee. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. All right. So right now we nailed that target, right? Which was great. Again, this is always educational purposes only. But if you guys are, if you guys were in that trade, great. Because we went right to that moving average and hit the target. So now it's in a pretty interesting situation on this particular setup, and that is what? What is the interesting situation that we're seeing? That I think I really like this interesting situation, and it is that we're smashing right into support, right? Because remember, it tested this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it finally broke, and now it's testing support. So we have a support level right here, and we have a support level right here. So let's look at it on a 1-hour time frame, and oh, look, it's reacting. So I will go ahead and actually add a position right now. because it's only 1 day down. Originally, I got in this because the MACD turned. You guys remember that? For those of you that have been on, the MACD turned over, and it started to turn green after being red for a long time. So it turned over, and there you have it. It turned over, and it just kept on going. It took a while for that momentum to trigger, and it's triggered now. It's currently, we got the black dot, which indicates that the price could start to roll down a little bit, but I still think there's some room here because of this support level. So I'm still comfortable with this because we're really strong on the MACD. I think it could easily pop back up and test this again. And so even if it does, that's a nice 170 pips. So I'm pretty happy with that, right? So let's take a look. The MACD is definitely strong on the downside, but I believe it's starting to turn. So let's look at it on a 15-minute time frame. And you can see it's still pretty strong here as well. And so what would I want to do for an entry? Maybe rather than just take it right here, we just wait for it to break a trend line. If it breaks this trend line, then go ahead and put the entry, or we could use this resistance level. So let me actually delete this one. And I know if I'm going fast, it's because I have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Hey, Mark from the Bronx. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys hit that like button and make sure you subscribe because I'm always coming up with new training, and I am working on trading 3 accounts to $1 million, and we'll keep you updated as that goes on. So right now we got the pound New Zealand. I think I'm going to put an entry order on it right here. And so I'll just do custom buy. We're going to grab this, put the target right back up here. We're going to put our stop loss down on below the trend line because I think that trend line's a good level. And then I'm just going to click buy right now, or I'm going to actually change it to market. I'm going to put my target, my entry right here when it busts out. Okay, and remember, I got myself into a little bit of trouble before doing this. So if it doesn't trigger, okay, so what trouble did I get in? When the market closes, the spread widens. So if it doesn't trigger during today's session, I'm going to remove this order and I'll put a new order in later. But because of that same problem. So before the close of business day today, I'm going to go back and check my order. But I'm going to put it in right now. And so now I put the order in. You see the arrow. It is now in place. Okay, so we have that. Now, let's see, did the order actually trigger for some, is there usually there's a confirmation box somewhere. Where did it go? Did the confirmation box not show up? What's going on? Buy. Okay, cancel. Let's see what's happening here. I don't know. Okay, well, anyways, while I'm waiting for that, let's go take a look at the New Zealand dollar. So you guys remember the New Zealand dollar was a trade that I had taken, and it was a short right here. Okay, so I lost this trade. I lost this trade on the New Zealand dollar. This was taken on this breakout of this trend line. You see this trend line? I've got a breakout, and it was a fake break. The MACD was turning red, and the breakout had happened, and now it went and just took off like a rock. So that's one reason why I like to stick with the longer term time frames and also the trend. And this time I went a counter trend, and it ended up being a fake. And so that's one thing. Oh, there my order triggered right here. There it is. So we have our order in place. Good. Okay, so I ended up losing the New Zealand USD, but I ended up making money on the pound New Zealand. So it kind of counteracted each other. The other trade, I actually took another trade, and I put a short video. You guys may not have seen it, but I took a CAD yen, and that was, I took 2 positions, and one was a winner and one was a loser. And so the way that worked is I shorted right here on this channel. See this nice tight channel here? I shorted on the break, And so it went down about 8 pips. And then I added another short when it came up here, but this was just a short trying to get like $100. I ended up making like 300 on it. I just got a short little 8 pip hit. And then my second position ended up getting stopped out right here. So overall, I did lose on this trade, but I made 300. So my loss was much smaller than it would have been if I had not have added this position. So overall, that's where I'm at right now with the Forex trading. I'm currently going to look at the Australian USD real quick and the Euro USD just to get some more ideas. So Australian USD was the trade I should have been taking. If you've been watching, we kept buying the pullbacks here, buying the pullbacks, and today it really took off. And so that was the move I was looking for when I was buying in here. And I was making money, so it was good. I just didn't get the big move. And that's where the patience comes in play, and we're going to work on that. But this is the big move. I would expect now to look for pullbacks, and then just like I always do, wait for a pullback and then get in. And so like just draw your levels, like, okay, there's a level right here. Maybe when price goes down, there's a level down here, and then we have the level here. So any of these areas is potential buys. A buy down here, a buy down here, and a buy down here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add an order in, a custom buy, because it's a good idea. So we'll put our stop down here, and I'm gonna put my entry order right at this level for the buy. And I'm gonna actually add 2 of them. My take profit is gonna be up here. So I'm gonna add 1 buy order right there. And so that is now placed. And so once that buy order comes down, it'll hit, and I'll be looking for it to rise up. I'm also gonna add another buy order right down here, right where this more powerful support is. So if it comes down here and I get a trade, I'll get in once, but if it keeps going down twice, I'll get in twice. And it's because I see there's 2 levels of resistance there. And when you're doing this on an uptrend, we'll be able to see that play out. So let me just make sure that the order triggered, and for some reason it's not working properly. I gotta just double check my support team on that and find out what's going on, why it's so slow. I had this problem before. I need to just take some time and get it fixed. All right, okay, there the order went in. So now we're gonna do it again. It just takes a minute. We're gonna put the next order. So we're gonna move the stop loss down below the support. We're gonna move the next order down at this level. And so now we have another buy order. We'll put the take profit back up here, and then we have another buy order. So I'm taking 2 positions in on this one, but I'm not gonna get in until it gets to this level. And again, Carol Ashby, everybody give Carol a shout out. Carol, where are you from? Carol got the big move. And I'm assuming she didn't mean bib move. I think she meant big, but I don't know. So good job, Carol. Congratulations. All right, everybody. Okay, so we now have 2 orders in, and they both have the same stop loss and both have the same start price. All right, good job, Carolyn. You guys remember, we're going to start our $100 a day challenge next week. So keep your risk low, guys. Oh, you closed in. You know what, Pierre? That's a good update. That's a really good update. You know, it's funny because I never close my MT4 platform. So I'll do that. That's a really good idea. Pierre has good advice if you ever have trouble with that. RV, no, I'm not from Jackson Hole. I live in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, but I just like that video. So that's why I show it. Okay, so that's the Forex stuff. Let's look at Euro dollar, and then we're going to go ahead and do the option strategy. Euro dollar, I have price is moving up, right? We can see that. It keeps bouncing off this trend line, pretty powerful. The MACD is about ready to cross back to the upside. And then we right now have some key support right here. And I posted some stuff on Twitter, by the way. If you guys follow me on Twitter, let me show you. You can just follow me on Twitter. I do some updates there. Let me show you what I did on Twitter so you guys can see that. So I posted this on Twitter yesterday. I said this. I said, watch this level with the MACD and resistance is running through. Will it break through? So I do stuff like this, gives us an opportunity. And if we go back now, if we go back and look at that hourly chart and see what would have happened had you followed that trade idea, I put the level right here. You see that? And look what happened. So it actually went up 57 pips. And that was all just from an idea that I had on Twitter that talked about this and that. And so if you guys are so inclined, you can just follow me on there pretty simply by following me, and I give some trade updates. Okay, there you have that. So right now it's the same kind of thing. It's overextended here, but maybe we can get a pullback into a support level, just like what I was looking at on the Australian USD. We do have that support that I mentioned. We have this trend line that was just broken. So this is going to be support. We've got the moving average of support. So there's support here and support here. So we could be looking at taking maybe some pending orders on those and seeing what happens with that. All right, well, that's it for the Forex stuff for today. And now we're going to go right into the stock trading strategy. Or not stock trading, options trading. Is everybody ready? If you're ready for the options trading strategy, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get that up over to 30, and make sure you guys subscribe. We need some subscribers here. All right. And the reason why is so that you get updated. So you guys get updated. So that's my Twitter. I'm looking for my my slideshow that I built out. Where's my slideshow? There it is. I'll close all these other things and we'll get to the slideshow. All right, so all right, good. We got some likes. Hit some more like buttons. All righty. Carol, good job from Massachusetts. Okay, let's remove this and let's go. So we're the $1 million experiment. We're trying to trade live in a year, $1 million on 3 different accounts. It's all for educational purposes. Trading is risky. Don't trade more than you can afford to lose. Everything I do is for educational purposes only. Boom. That's about all I need to say about that. You know, you guys are big boys and girls, and you got to understand that trading is it can have good impact or bad. So you just got to know the risk going in. All right. So we're going to hit that options day trading strategy. All right. And this is why I call it options, is because we are going to be, or day trading, because I'm just looking to hold it for a very short period of time, right? And this is like a 1 trade a day or 2 or 3 trades a day max. Doesn't take a lot of your time. You want to do it in the morning. And I'm going to give you guys a rundown on step-by-step on how this works. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to give you the rundown. And what I would really like to is this is we're chatting live right now, but it'd be great if you come back afterwards, because you might need to refer to this training later, and just leave a comment on questions that you have about the strategy later so that I can come back and answer them in the comments. That's a great way for me to communicate with people outside of this if they have any questions. So that would be something I would like as well. All right, so let's get to it. So the first thing is, when you're setting up your charts, I will be watching 4 time frames. Okay, I'm going to be watching the 1 hour time frame. I'm going to be watching the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to be watching the 5-minute and then the 1 minute. And what I'm looking for, and again, I had told you that I was taught this strategy by Hugh, Hugh was from a place called Day Trade Spy, and he was a guest on my podcast and taught this to me. All right, so we're looking for all of these to line up, and he does it a little differently. This is not exactly how he does it. I've made some variations. And so we look for that, 4 time frames. And so here's how I do it, okay? I have now created 4 charts. And so I put the hourly on the right-hand side. I put the 15 on the left. Then down here is the 5-minute. And then down at the very bottom is the 1 minute, okay? And the market's not open right now. It's currently gonna open up in about 10 minutes. So if we click the markets tab, you can see the market is currently down a little bit, so we might open lower. So once the market opens, we're gonna have to evaluate what the current situation is. But right now, that's how I set up the charts, okay? So that's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So let's go back now to the actual presentation, and it's over here. All right, so that is the next thing. Okay, so now the next thing I want to indicate here is we put on 3 different indicators. We put on the 5 simple moving average, we put on the MACD, and the RSI. So a 5-period SMA, a MACD, and an RSI. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the chart, show you how that works. So you can see this is the MACD down here. This is the RSI. And then the blue line on here is the 5 moving average. And it's kind of hard to see because I have 3 charts, but you can set this up differently. You could put, if you have multiple monitors, you could put it on different monitors. You could do a lot of different things with this. But that's the indicators. You put the MACD, the RSI, and the 5-period moving average, okay? Now, additionally, we go, thanks, Michael, appreciate it, man. Sound the alarm. All right, so now that we have that, let's go to the next step, which is support and resistance levels. And that's just so critical. Just like with my other strategies that we were using, always use support and resistance levels. And so we're going to go ahead now and I'll show you that. So I went ahead and added the support and resistance level. You can see 387.32 and 394.13. So those are the most recent levels. And so we're going to want to keep those in place. You can see the price bounced off of here. Last time it went down here, it bounced. It got down here, it bounced again, and it got down here and bounced again. So when it comes down here, it's been bouncing, okay? We'll see where the market opens at, but this has been a really good indication for bounces. And then also resistance, if it breaks above resistance, we would want to look at that. Now, just something to note about this that you can write is that this, and I didn't write it down, so this will be something you'll have to write down. I did not write this down, but this is, and next time I'll add a slide for it, but this is a strategy that is long and short. It's long and short, which means you can buy and sell. And the way that you go long, it's options. Let me go talk about the next slide. The way that you go options is you buy a call, or if you're looking for it to go down, you buy a put. So you either buy a call or a put, depending on what you're looking at for the price to do. Okay, so I didn't write that down. I should have, but you either buy a call or a put. And so let me give you a little bit of explanation on how that works. If you buy a call, you're expecting the price to go up. If you buy a put, you're expecting the price to go down. And you'll make money as the price goes down if you buy a put. That's pretty simple on how that works. Okay, now, so by the way, the platform I'm using, it's called Webull. And if you sign up with our link, you get a free stock, or sometimes 2 free stocks, depending on which one, what promotion they're doing. But I get a stock and you get a stock, so it's been pretty good for a lot of people, and I like the platform. So Okay, so that's it. And again, it was from my friend Day Trade Spy, and so he calls it Day Trade Spy because he only does the spy. I think that's what he calls it. But anyways, it's just because there's a lot of volume and action, right? The price is always moving, and it gives you a good opportunity. So the way that we do this, and I'm going to go to the option screen here in a minute, we look for an option that's about 7 to 10 days out. We look for something that's near the strike price, and we target 6% ROI on the trade. So let me go back to my platform, okay? And the market hasn't opened yet, but it looks like on the pre-market, it might be up, actually, up at 392. So we'll be watching at that point. Now, what I do then, now let's just say I want to take the trade, is you click options. Okay, and then you get this thing called the options chain, right? This big options chain. So remember, I said 7 to 10 days out. So we could look at buying the options somewhere around the 8 days or 11 days. 6 is too short because of the expiration. We want to give it some time, right? And the reason that we do this, there's a reason, and it's because of this thing called delta. And if you look at delta, okay, delta has a different number on it. It's 0.93, 0.92, 0.92, 0.78, and the strike price, okay? The strike price is right here. What the strike price means is this column in the middle, and it's what price that you're buying the option for. So that means that you're buying an option to buy the SPY at $390. And so when I say near the current strike price, it's currently at 390. We're going to look for it at 390. But so that's what the strike price is. Now let me get back to delta. Delta is 57 cents, right? 53 cents. You notice how it goes down? Well, let me explain what that is. The delta is how much your option will increase compared to the underlying which is the SPY. So if the SPY goes from 390 to 391, your option increases by 53 cents. Okay, 53 cents. So if that makes sense to you, if you understand that, hit the like button. If you don't, please ask a question. Okay, so 53 cents. So we like to be able to go at an option price that's affordable. See, this option's 343. Up here, if you buy them way at 372, your options are really expensive. Okay, very, very, very expensive. And so it can be hard to buy stuff way up here. Your strike is really good. So if it goes up $1, you actually could double your price by only $1. So if you have more money to spend, this makes sense because $1 will give you a 100% ROI on your option, right? But it's expensive. So traditionally, I usually go down here so that it's affordable, and I can get, if it goes up $1, I'll get a 50% ROI, okay? If you go right around here, you know, so if you want to keep it right around 50 cents, you get a 50% ROI on a $1 move. That's pretty good, right? Well, not 50%. My math is wrong. 50 cents, but if the option was $1 and it went up 50 cents, then it would be 50% ROI. My mistake on that. So anyhow, okay. So that's what we would be looking at if we take an entry. So I would be going up right here to the buy column, and I would be just choosing buy at 291, and I'd put my order in. So let's go ahead and let's keep going with the presentation. And hopefully this is helpful to you guys. All right, so now the target is about 6%, okay, 6%. So let me go back to the option screen. If I am buying a $2.65 option, that's probably not what I would go. Let's just go with $3. I'm gonna buy a $3 option at 49, okay? So let's pull the calculator up. So the option price, clear everything, is $3. And then you just times it by 0.06. That is 18 cents. Okay, so I'm looking for this option to go up for 18 cents. Okay, 18 cents. Now, If it goes up 18 cents, I'm gonna close it. And there we have it. Okay, the market is now open. We'll go look at the chart in a minute, but let me go ahead before I do that. We'll go finish the presentation. So targeting 6% on the trade, risk. Okay, so again, with your account, if you have a small account, just buy, the smallest you can go is one option, right? At $3, that would be $300 is the minimum you can risk. So you need at least $1,000 to trade this way. If you have more, you still might want to trade with only one option until you're consistent. Remember, let's go for 6% a day. If you're 6% on $300, so you got one option, 6%. So we got 300 is the risk times 0.06. So we're looking at making about $18, right? Same type of thing, $18 per trade. $18 a day isn't a lot, but again, if you do it consistently, the next thing you know, oh, I just did $18 a day for 2 weeks or a month. That's awesome. Well, now just trade 2 contracts. So you buy 3, and then you get 2. Now it's $36, right? And then you do it again, and then you double that. Oh, I'm going to trade 4 contracts. So you just it's just slow growth, consistent and slow growth. That's how you do this. And Chris, we're day trading options, buddy. You are on point, man. Hit that like button for Chris. He knows what we're doing here. So I'm going to add the take profit as soon as the trade triggers. Okay. And we're going to do this live together today, but remember, everything is for educational purposes only. Okay, so all time frames on the entry, all time frames need to be above or below the simple moving average. And so we're going to be looking for the MACD crossing, the RSI turning, and we're going to watch for price action patterns along support and resistance levels. So let's go ahead and go back now to the multi-chart. Okay, so you can see we opened up higher, right? So what does that mean now? That means that we're above every one of these is above the SMA. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for longs. The MACD just crossed, and we just got a support level. We got a support level right here. See where this support level is? And so now it's going up against the support level. Price is now testing this level. The MACD just crossed, okay? The MACD, it jumped above this resistance point here. So now we have some resistance up at 393. The MACD is crossing over on this one, and so everything is showing upward moves. Now, what I want to see now, a price action pattern, is to see how this reacts down here. If it can come down here and bounce, we're going to be looking for a long setup. So right now we got this is a 1-minute chart, so we got a green candle. Price is now testing this moving average, so I'm going to be looking for a long. I'd like for this level to break 391.83. If price goes up above that, I'm going to go ahead and take a long here. Okay, so let me go back to the chart. Okay, on the entry, so we're watching for RSI, MACD, and price action pattern. So let's go back. Let's look at the RSI. So you see the RSI now bumped up. It was really low, and now it bumped up, and now it's it's down a little bit, but it's turned up. So we wanted to look for that turning up. The MACD's turned up, or the RSI's turned up, and the MACD. So right now we've got a price moving, so now it's time to go in long. We bounced off of here. It broke this, so let's go to the options. We're going to go. We want to do it about, let's do 8 days out. I am going to now buy for, we're going to buy at 332. We're going to put our option in. I'm going to go with 1. I'm going to put the limit price at 333, and I'm going to place my order. Okay, so there we have it. We want to place that order. So I just went long on that. Okay. So now we want to watch the charts and see if we get triggered on it. We want to see if we get the entry to go through. And I went down a little bit lower, so the price is going lower, so I might get in on this one. All right. So let's jump back to the presentation here real quick. And let's see what else we have. Okay, so that was actually it, the last slide. So now that I took the first trade, remember, again, educational purposes only, we're gonna see what the price does at these levels. So, okay, so I want to go back now and I got to put the chart back up. So now you guys can see here, we do have the position. You see where it triggered right here? It has the position. Okay, so now I can close this by just clicking this close button. So we want to sell it, right? And remember, so my entry price was $3.33. So I want to sell it at the 6% goal. So we're going to go 3.33. Okay, so we're going to times that by 0.06. That's 19 cents. Let's just make it 20 to make it easy. So 20 cents would be 3.53 is where I want to close the trade. So now we're going to go back up. We're going to say 3.53. Okay, and there we have it, 3.53. Okay, so we're going to place the order. Now, I'm placing the order at 3.53, and so now if the price gets up there, it will automatically, so I have, you can see I have the position, and you can take a look at it, and I have the sell at 3.53, and I opened it up, so it's about 20 cents, which will be about 6%, okay? So I have that. Now we'll just watch the chart. Now, actually now it is, so let's talk about the risk parameters on this, okay? So we know that we risked this, the cost on this was $333, right? No, I didn't sell anything. I just had some money in my account to cover this, but I didn't sell any positions yet. We'll go ahead and take a look at the old positions once I get done explaining how this whole thing works. Okay, I don't know, I didn't check it yesterday, or I didn't check it today. I did check it yesterday, it was doing great. Okay, so here we got another, it's pausing right here. You see that this might be another opportunity to go in as an entry. If you can see this on the 1 minute time frame, it's bouncing off this support. The RSI is currently right at the 50 level. And so we can see that it's testing this support level, okay? Now, if you do take a trade and you have enough money in your account, and let's say it goes down to another level, let's say that we are down here, okay? You put your level here, and you're like, oh, there's another level right here. I think that I want to buy again. So you can actually buy another option at a different price if you think that the market is going to turn, okay? If not, if the trade just tanks and it's like, oh, this is terrible, you can just close your option, right? You can always take a loss, and that is totally fine. So the way that we manage our risk is I will do this until about lunchtime or 1 o'clock. If I don't hit my trades at that point, I'll just close it all out, right? I'll just close it all out. And yes, it's not good to take a loss, but you know, it is what it is. You're not going to get it right every single day. But if you can get consistent at your timing and working this out, the opportunity is there on a daily basis. Okay, right, averaging in. That's exactly right. So right now, my entry, I'm probably right at my entry. We can go ahead and take a look at our positions by taking a look. So you can see we bought the 392. We bought it at 333, and currently it's at 326. So it's actually a little bit cheaper right now. So we could actually get in again at a lower price if this downward move continues. So if we get a big, one good thing about this, since we have the order on, if it just spikes up, it might actually be, even if we spike right up here to 392, we might be able to get back in this. Okay, so again, one other thing about re-adding into a position. So we average in. So I'm actually long. I believe that it's going to respect this level. But you notice that the moving average, the 5 period, look at this 5 period. It's actually, right now, it's below it. Well, it was for just a second. It's below. So I wouldn't get back in. So if it comes back down here, I'm going to wait for that RSI to start pumping up and also for that moving average to go back to the upside, right? And so again, that's why I use this 1 hour time as my guide. It's above the moving average. I use the 15 as well. But you use, you know, what the 1 minute MACD, it'd be nice to see this go negative here and then cross back to the upside. But right now I like what I'm seeing because this is held off. It's holding this level. So if it breaks the level, that's going to be a negative sign, but I'm not going to panic for 2 reasons. Number one is I've only got $300 on this, $333, right? And now for me, that's not a ton, right? So you just need to put what you can risk in for your own level, right? So for some people, 333 might be a lot of money, and there's no shame if that's the case. Everybody's different at different times. There was a time in my life where $330 was a lot of money, right? And so it just depends on where you're at and what your current mindset is around money, right? Okay, so now that we're watching this, we're just gonna keep our eyes on it. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other trades. So yesterday, I don't know if you guys had seen this, but I got into Clorox. Okay, and you can see I actually have, I've got 21 positions of Clorox that I got in at 186. Currently, the price is at 191.38. So this is very similar to my CRM trade. I got in because I liked what I was seeing here. I really did. I saw this bounce off this trend line. The last time it bounced off a trend line, we went from all the way over here where the price was about 194 and it bounced a nice up to 210. Okay, so I think that this right now is currently testing this support level or resistance at 192, and there's another resistance at this 50 period moving average about 198. So I think if we get above this, it says network issue. Oh, that was okay, never mind. We're still live. Okay, so there we have it. Yeah, so it's currently testing this. So let's look at it on a 1 hour time frame. And it's testing this level. I think if it gets up above, I think we could get to 200 pretty easy. And so let's see what happens here. I'm up pretty nice on this. So we got 186.44. Let's use the calculator was my entry, 186.44. And we're going to times it, times 0.05. Am I up 5%? So $9.32 is a 5% gain. I'm currently up 186. $10 would be 196. So I'm currently up about 3 or 4% on the trade. So not quite at the 5% yet, but still a pretty good trade. It's looking pretty solid. So that was one of the setups. I believe I put that in my spreadsheet. So let's go back over here and escape this. I'm gonna try to find my spreadsheet. And did I put CLX in the spreadsheet? I did. So you guys see right here on 217, I put CLX in the spreadsheet. And this was what I was initially looking at. You see where I've got the entry, that big bullish candle. Would have been better had I got in at the low at 181, but I only missed $5, right? I only missed $5 and I'm currently up about 5. So I probably could have been up 10 if I would have been a little more aggressive, but I don't mind waiting for the confirmation. So here's where we're at right now. Let's take a look at some of our other positions. Let's take a look at these at CRM. CRM. Okay, so CRM is still hanging in there nicely. My current option today is up. Right now, my current option on this one is up about $315. 315 in profit on this, and it's been taking me some time. I'm trying to get this. I'd love to see just a big spike on it. It's kind of a slow mover, but if we get a big spike, if we get back up into this 284, if it can really get some momentum, that's going to be good. We've been hanging in. The profit on this is pretty good. A big spike will make a big difference on this. Maybe if we gapped up. So be watching for that. If it gaps up, we get a big spike, the volatility increases, the option will go up quite a bit in one day, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. All right, let's take a look at some of the other positions that we're in, okay? And I actually have a little thing that I did that's kind of cool as well, okay? FNKO. You can see still not much happening here. I'm up 1331. I got in at 1244, waiting for this to break. I went to a 1 hour and price went back down here, and there it is. It's moving well right now. Okay, so need this to spike and break up. I have my take profit up here. Now, the other one that you guys have been watching me trade, which is Fubo. Fubo is currently still in this channel, moving down. It's been, let's look at it on daily first. It's got this little consolidation here and just waiting for this one to take off. Now, what I did yesterday, okay, on this one is I went to the options. Let's take a look at options. Okay, and you can see that I have a position. So what I did was that this was expiring today. So what I did was I sold a call. Okay, I sold a call, and that's called a covered call. Let's take a look at the position. I sold 8 covered calls, and I did that 2 days ago when it was trading at like 70 cents. And so I was able to generate, I sold 8 calls. I was able to generate $100 of cash flow. I sold the order around $1. And then the price just went straight down. And so I want to explain a little bit how that works. We can go back to the options, all right? So is this the right option? Yeah, so with this option, when you sell it, you collect a premium. So if you could sell an option here, you collect a premium. And so I did that. I'm going to show all of them here. I collected the premium on this, which was $100. And today it's worth 1 cent. So I could actually close this out, or it will expire worthless, okay? And that is a way to generate cash flow on positions you have. Now, what's the risk on this? What is the risk? Well, let's go back to the chart. Now, I could have, since I still like this stock, right, and I think that it's going to go up, I could have gotten taken out. I put my call all the way up here above this, right where this support level is at 56. So I was saying that I didn't think it was going to get to 56 before Friday. And I did it on Wednesday. So I only had 2 days. And I'm like, okay, we're in this range. Could it break and get up to 56 in one day? Yeah. Yeah, it could have. But I was thinking that it wasn't. And so then it just hung in there and it kept losing in value, losing in value. And so I made $100 extra of straight cash flow on that position, right? And so that was pretty good for me to catch that profit on a trade that I wanted to make. Now, if it would have gone up to 56, then I would have had to close the option for a loss, right? So I would have lost some of my cash flow. But if we do this, let's say we hold this for a whole year, I could literally make $100 every week if these have weekly options, which I think this one does. Let's see. We'll go back to options. Does this have weeklies? Yeah, it has weeklies. So you can make $100 a week just holding a stock. I was taught that this is like real estate. You're selling rent on your because owning a stock is like a real estate. You're renting out your stock. So if you own, and you have to have 100 shares. So I have 800 shares of this FUBO, so that means I can sell 8 options. For every option, for every 100 shares, it's one contract, because one options contract is 100 shares. So I have 100 shares of this. I had 800, so I could sell 8 options and get $100. So I could do this on most any stock that you own. So if you like the stock, you just collect rent on it, is what they call that. Now, one of the things about that is that, one of the things about that is the fact that if you have $100 a month, $100 a week is good, but it's not like a million, So you have to kind of have a decent sized account to make this work. But again, let's just start small. It starts out at $100 a week. You do that for a month or so, then it goes up to 150 or 120. And you just everything's got to start small. But right now with this, I'm just waiting for this to bust, waiting for this trend line to bust. Look, it busted here, and what happened? It went from 334 all the way up to 57. If it busts again, I think we're at 62 easy and maybe beyond. So I'm pretty excited that it's getting ready. I believe that it's going to get ready. But again, what do I know? Pretty much not much. This is all for educational purposes only. All right, well, let's go ahead now and take a look at our SPY. I can go back here to my multi-charts. What are we doing here? So the SPY is currently, it dipped below. I probably, if I would have been paying attention, I probably would have got back in here at a lower price. Let's see what the options are actually going for. Maybe I can still get in at a lower price. So I got in on this one at 333. So let's see, do you think I should add another position? It's moving up, it's testing this level. The MACD is moving back up. We're above on all periods. So I could probably add another one in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add another one. So we go to the options position, and I'm gonna add another one right here. Okay, let's just buy another one. Okay, and we're gonna try to get in at 305. So now I just lowered my price, okay? I just lowered my price. All right, so now, let's see if we got the order. Yep, we got 2. So now I'm gonna modify my sell position. Okay, so let's look at the buy. So I have 2 right now, I believe. Oh, wait a second. Did I buy 1 or 2? I only wanted to buy 1. I'm gonna cancel this order because I already had 1 open. View, modify. So I think, okay, maybe I already have them open. Okay. So wait, I actually only have 2. Okay, that's good. So I had 2, and there we have it. So now I need to calculate, which I believe my broker has the position here, and it'll tell me what is my average price, because now I have a different average price, right? So the average price changes when you add another position. And actually, my buy order did not go through. So let me see here. All right, so we have the order at 305 and it didn't trigger because the price is moving up. Okay, so if it doesn't trigger, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because I'm trying to get in at 305. Let's look at the chart. If it doesn't trigger and it just keeps going up, well, then I can just close it wherever I'm at. But we have that trend line. Looks like it broke. We have the trend line that broke right here. We have the moving average moving up. We have the MACDs back to green and the RSIs moving up, and we're up across the board. So let's see how it responds to some of these levels. If it's dropping right now, so it could possibly trigger my order. We can just watch the options pricing to see how that works. You can see it's still at 308, 304, so it's getting close to being able to trigger my buy right now. Because we're in between 304, so the sells are 304, the buys are 307. These buys need to get down to 305 for me to get in. And it will let me know when I get into the position. All right, so let's go ahead now, and while I'm waiting on this, let's go back to the currency stuff and see if any of our trades got triggered. So the Australian USD did not trigger, and the pound New Zealand did not trigger. So still nothing has happened on the currency trades. Oh, I didn't look at CRM yet, did I? Or yes, I did. I did look at CRM. Got it. Okay. All right. So is there any other things that you guys are looking at right now? We got a big spike. We got a big spike triggering here. What's this options now? What's the options price? So now we're back up to 313. So it would have been really good had I got in on that. But I didn't, and that's okay though. So we're moving up. Big, and it's not a huge spike, but it's big enough. Options price now is up to 318. Okay, so had I got in at 305, I would be looking at being in profit right now, and I'm not because the price is moving. So we need to get this thing back up here. If this keeps spiking, we could hit this pretty quick, which is pretty nice about that. So how do you guys like the option stuff? Give me some feedback. I know that we have a lot of different things going on in this channel. You guys like options and stocks and Forex. And if you guys are interested in some crypto, let me know because we can start taking a look at some of that stuff. But what did you guys think of the strategy? You like the strategy? Is this something you could work with? Give me some feedback on this. Hit that like button. Vote with the like button, guys. And make sure you guys subscribe. Okay, this is looking good. It's looking good here. Options now to 321. Okay, so Jonathan wants to know about the option spread and how the stock could move in one direction, but the option is moving in the other direction. Okay, so with the options, the spread, let's go back to that's actually looking good. See that? So a lot of that has to do with the pricing, has to do with this implied volatility number, okay? And the higher this number is, the higher the price is, right? And so it's just basically the amount of excitement and interest going on with the option at any given time. So right now our implied volatility here is about 15%. And so most of the time, almost always, if the price is going up, the option's going up. There's two things that can change that. Number one is the implied volatility, okay? And then number two is theta, which is time decay. You see up here it says -21. Time decay is how fast your option loses value, which is why we like to give it 7 to 10 days. because if the time decay starts decreasing really fast, then your option will lose value even when the price goes up. Okay, so you have to, with options, it's an additional risk, the time decay. Now, let's go back out to a further option here. Let's go back to July. Okay, you see the difference in the theta? It's 0.06, whereas the weekly option is 0.21, right? So that is a huge difference in decay. There's no decay here, or very little, right? But as each day goes on, that decay decreases. So if you're holding an option for a long time, like we are for CRM, our time decay becomes more dangerous. But the implied volatility will give it a big, which can increase your value really huge. So in the case of like CRM, you know, the price might go up and like $1 or whatever, and it doesn't increase. But if it goes up like $10 in a day, then that implied volatility spikes and you'll get a massive move. Your option could double when the stock doesn't move a lot. So this delta is the thing that you want to watch too. With the delta will go up when your implied volatility goes up. So if a lot of volatility happens, the delta will increase. You'll see a big spike, which in my opinion is a big advantage of options trading. So let's go back here and see where we're at right now. So I'm currently at 319. And so we've got today, this option's up 10%. So my timing was off just a little bit and we did not get into that second position. So we'll be watching that. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now, Joshua, the currency pairs, I actually can't do that. But what I can do is give you a video that you can watch and that goes over the strategy, just because I just don't have time to do that. But what I'm going to do for Joshua is I'm going to give him a video. Okay, Joshua, you can watch this video and it'll give you the strategy. Okay, it'll give you the strategy. So now let's go back and man, this is looking good. I like this. I like what I'm seeing here. Go back to the options. And so we're now moving up. We're at 320. Where am I? Oh, my option now is above the strike price. Now it's below. So we're right at 392. Our strike is currently 392, and the price is now testing that. If we keep getting this up, we can see this thing go up pretty good. All right. So my big challenge on this one was not getting in on that. If I would have got back in at that other one at 305, we'd probably be close to taking our profit. Yeah, Paul, we're going to do another giveaway next week, next Wednesday, but that was the last Wednesday. It was last Wednesday. Wednesday's our giveaway day, so that's why you want to hit that subscription button, subscribe, and be notified so you know when we're doing the giveaway. Jonathan has a great question. Is there a way to use that info to get an edge on buying at lower prices? And absolutely is there. There absolutely is a way. And so what you want to look for is, if you believe that the trend is moving up, you just got to analyze those numbers. You got to get really good at seeing what the delta and the theta is and looking at implied volatility and learning how to do that on great detail. As we do more trainings, we can go into some more stuff like that, which would be really cool and really exciting. So I'm gonna go back here and let's go back over the training one more time, just to recap, because I know that you guys saw it, but sometimes to see it twice will help. You saw it live. I want to show it again one more time, okay, just to make sure that everybody is live. Okay. So option strategy. So the first thing is we're looking at 4 time frames: the hour, the 15, the 5, and the 1 minute. So we are in a trade right now, and we lined up. We're in the hourly, the 15, the 5, and the 1 minute, right? So right now there was no entry on this 1 minute. You could not enter, but everything else is above. You see that? Everything else is above. But right now, we're moving lower. Okay, we're moving lower. And we have a support level right here. Okay, so that's, we look for all the time frames to line up. Okay, so we got that. Now, next thing is you got 3 indicators: the 5 simple moving average, the MACD, and the RSI. So here we have it. We have the 5, which is this little blue moving average. We have the RSI and the MACD. Those are the 3 indicators. Okay, and I'm doing this much quicker because this is your second time going through it. Okay, then we have support and resistance levels. Okay, so now on the chart, I put a support level right here, a support level here. We have resistance levels up above. Our current resistance level right now is this one where this hourly candle is at about 391. About 392 is really where it is. So we can actually add this on this 1 minute time frame. This is a resistance point, and if it takes off here, that's really good. So right now we actually have an entry. Why? Because we're above on everything. This just now pulled above the moving average on the 1 minute, and it's above on all time frames. The MACD is green, and this is pointing up, right? So we do have an entry right now on this. Now, you will want to note that the 1 hour is also above, and there's some support here on the 1 hour. So we have everything moving in place, and we have some resistance up here at 392. So everything is looking good. Okay, so again, we said there was an entry, but it didn't close above. So there is actually not an entry right now. We're waiting for it to actually close above. So let's go back over, and we have, we're looking for about 7 to 10 days out. It's near the strike price, and we're targeting 6% ROI on the trade. So if I go back to the options chain, we're looking, you can see how far out everything is by see where it says days, 8 days. So we went 8 days out, okay? And that's it. The strike price is this column in the middle. We like to go near it. So the current price is 392. So we got a 392 call. We look for the delta. You want it to be around 50 cents. And the reason I do that is because they're cheaper. You know, if you want to get them even cheaper, you go for $1, but you got to remember the further out of the money you go, the higher risk they are. Because if you don't get a substantial move, it might not get you your percentage gain that you're looking for. Because why? Because the delta is 31. So if you're looking for a 6% gain, your underlying stock has to move a little bit more, because the delta is the underlying stock. So if this is at 396 and it goes up $1, it's 31 cents on the option. And so if it goes up $1 and you get 31, you buy the option at $1, it goes 31 cents. That is 30%. So you can still do these out of the money ones as well, but the price will increase at a faster rate if you can get them a little higher. Okay, so right now we're currently at 320. My first entry was at 333. And I'm just waiting for a little bit more of a bounce. But let's go back now to the chart, or let's go back to the spreadsheet. So covered all that, and then risk. We want to do small, target about 6% a day. Remember, we're buying calls or we're buying puts. If it's a buy setup, we want to buy a put. If it's a sell, or no, if it's a buy setup, we buy a call. If it's a sell setup, we buy a put, right? Okay, and so then we also watch for the price action pattern. So let's go back now to the chart, and it was a buy, and currently we got a potential buy. Now as it comes back down here, we can then look for maybe adding another position if we can get a bounce again. So we have our support levels, and it can be kind of hard to trade this with one's monitor. you either get a really big one or you get multiple monitors. If you put like the 1 minute right in front of you, you put the other chart over here, you put the hourly. If you have 4 monitors, you can do it that way as well. So now the options dropping pretty heavily. Let's go to the options pricing. And so now we're at 315. I do have a buy order in at 305 to get into the position again. If we get a bounce off of here, I might add another one. We'll see what the price action does here. Okay, thanks, Robin. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate it. We'll see you. Have a great time wherever you're at. Be safe and have fun. Okay, so now it's definitely everything's lower. You see the MACD's painting lower, the RSI is pointing lower. We're right at support. Okay, we're below the moving average here, but everything's still bullish on the higher time frames. If we look at the 15-minute, it's right at support. We look at the hourly, it's right at support as well. Now, the 5-minute just crossed lower. Okay, the 5-minute just crossed lower as well. So right now, there is definitely no trade on adding this until this 5-minute gets increased, right? So if this 5-minute bounces and then pops back up, then we would be looking for a long position here because we want all the time frames to be in alignment. We are now currently bouncing off the support level, but it's definitely something that takes a little bit of experience. So we currently, my option is close to triggering. It did not trigger yet. Actually, now actually it did trigger. So I'm going to change my limit price here, and I have to, let's see here. So I got one position in at 305. Okay, so let's do the numbers on this. So we got one at 3.05. Okay, and then we got another position at plus 3.33. So that's 638. Divide it by 2, and now my price is 319. So that's my buy price, 319. So now we times that, 0.06. So now my sell price is 319 plus 19. So we just do that, plus 3.19 is 338. So now my buy price went from 353 to 338, or my close. So I'm going to change this to closing both positions at 338. Okay, maybe I didn't get in on that second one. But so that's how we average in. That's how we average in by doing that. So let's go back to the chart, see what we got here. So price is currently, everything is moving lower. We are still sitting at a nice support level right here. So this could be a really nice position to get in if we get a bounce up and get some of these, if the MACD turns back over, if the 5-minute turns back over, the RSI points back up, you can see we're in a pretty good uptrend. If this does not go for us, if we get a hard break down, then we could say forget it. So so that's pretty much it on that one. So I was just double checking to make sure I got filled, and I did. So I'm going to try to sell this one more time. So we're gonna, where's my position? Close. I had to cancel the other order. 3.38. Okay, so we're going for 6%, which is 3.38. So now my order is in at 3.38. It's currently right around $3. So if we get another move back up, I would be considering getting in one more time. I would consider adding one more position to this. Another way that you could trade this, by the way, I didn't say why, Jonathan. I didn't say why. So, yeah. My reasoning is that 6% is easier to hit than 10. That's my reasoning. So my winning percentage will go up and faster. So here's an adjustment for this strategy, by the way. If you do not hit your target right away, if it does not go up into your target, you can close the position immediately for a very small, oh, don't never be sorry for asking questions. That's wonderful. I love questions. So money management strategy number 2, and rather than adding a position and averaging in, you can just close it for a small loss, right? Oh, I'm down 6%, I'll close it. And then you just get back in later and just do it multiple times. That's the disadvantage to that is you really got to be on point with your timing. But it has its advantages because your losses will be smaller. So today, right now, we're currently running at about, our options currently running at 302. So we'll see if we get another spike. I will add one more to this as well. What I need though is the 1 minute here has already crossed over, but I need this one to cross on the 5. I need the 5 to pop. All right, so pound New Zealand still has not triggered. And remember, guys, I will be entering this one on a break. If it doesn't enter, I'm going to just cancel the order and look at it again on Monday. And I've also had orders on Australian USD, waiting for price to break down here. It hasn't done that yet. Oh, I actually have a really good setup that I forgot about. How could I forget, guys? Okay, let's look at gold. I know you guys love gold. Hit that like button if you love gold. Everybody's always saying gold, gold, gold. But I have a setup on gold that I think you guys are going to love. Okay, so what is going on right now with gold? Anyone see that? It's currently in a channel. And right now it's support, and we have a pin bar. Okay, we have a pin bar on gold. If this level gets broken right here, I'm going long. So I'm going to add a pending on this one. I'm going to add a pending on gold. Okay, so we're going to go with custom buy. We're going to put our entry right above there. The stop loss is going to be below this channel. And the target is going to be up here. Okay, this is a daily setup on gold, waiting for this level to break. Now, again, the same situation. I'm going to cancel this if it doesn't trigger today because of what happened with earlier. So that's another trade I totally forgot about. Yeah. I'm glad I remembered. I stuck around long enough to get my memory back. Sometimes I gotta wait a while. Oh, wow, Jonathan. Everyone else thinks it's going lower. Wow. Well, the good news is I'm not entering unless it proves to me that it's going to go up. So good. I didn't know I was being a contrarian. I do listen to other people, but not on analysis that much. It's usually just for education because I want to learn how to do it. All righty. So that's my entry. Let's go and just check out my SPY. Okay, so we're bouncing again. It's now got a resistance point that it's got to deal with right here, but it's looking fairly decent. What I'd like to see now to really give me some confidence is for this to break, which it's breaking. Yay! Let's go check the option. So I'm at 305 right now. I'm actually now not quite in profit yet. So if we get a spike, we can get out of here and get this done. I'm on Fubo. So let's pull the calculator up. Let's get that calculator back up. It's we know my average cost was $3.19, right? So we go 3.19 times 200 shares. So I'm at $638 is now my total cost. So we times this 0.06. So now my profit is looking to be $38. So the one good thing about this is I can get out of here with a $38 profit with a lower price, right? With a lower price. So right now it's wrong chart. Right now it's 308, 313, 315. So we're actually moving up pretty nice. And oh wow, yeah, looks good. Looks good. Let's get back up to 392.21. We might be right at our target by then. Especially, again, with that implied volatility, it depends on how fast it spikes. So if we get a nice big spike, that could really just hit it really fast. So right now we got 3 really nice 1-minute candles. We got a beaut on the 5-minute. Let's see what that 15 looks like. 15's looking pretty good as well. Like to see it right back up to 392.23. That would be awesome. Let's check my option. So we're at 317 right now. So we got some good options. We got that sell order in. If it gets up another 20 cents, we're out, right? Okay, well, guys, I'm gonna take off, but that was the trade and that was the strategy. I'll let you guys know how it worked out, and hopefully it worked out well. But either way, I'll let you know Monday whether it made money or lost money. You will know. Thank you all. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you can get access to the updates when they happen. All right. Well, thanks, everybody, and we will see you guys very soon.